Hi folks, it's Gary with your Blue Nose Bulletin here on the 4th official for Friday the 9th of August. A very warm welcome here on our YouTube channel and all of today's news, including the latest regarding some exits from Rangers regarding Todd Cantwell, Jose Cifuentes and Yanis Hagi, and a look ahead to tomorrow's big game, first home game of the season with Motherwell. But on to that transfer news first of all, and reports coming out of Turkey this morning. Now, obviously, reports in Turkey are not always the most reliable, but David Irvine in the Glasgow Times is reporting that Todd Cantwell has been involved in secret talks with Trabzonspor in Turkey regarding an exit from Rangers, and Trabzonspor's chairman is jetting in to Scotland for talks regarding Todd Cantwell's Rangers future. Obviously, Cantwell is very widely known as looking to move on from Rangers during this transfer window, having handed in a transfer request, and there appears to be interest in both sides to obviously get a deal done regarding Todd Cantwell so that Rangers can look to try and replace him in the market. The Karadeni Gazette in Turkey claimed that Todd Cantwell held positive talks with a club representative in Glasgow, with a move to be made official in the near future. The outlet reported, according to information received, the manager came to Glasgow by private plane the other day to meet with Todd Cantwell. The same plane returned to Turkey a few hours later, and reports are claiming that the meeting was positive and that an offer for Todd Cantwell would be coming in the near future. So we need to watch that one with a great deal of interest. Obviously, we're all expecting Todd Cantwell to move on. He's not been included in Rangers' European squad. He wasn't involved at all in the opening game of the season at Tynecastle. Hasn't even been really seen too much regarding the B team fixtures, which we saw Yanis Hagi playing 45 minutes of a bounce game last week. Todd Cantwell not been seen, certainly in an official capacity with the B team. So I think that one will start to gather a bit of pace, and we'll start to see movement regarding Todd Cantwell's Rangers future in the coming days. Another player who is on its way back to Glasgow but is very much expected to be moving on again is Jose Cifuentes. Now, Cifuentes has been out on loan in Brazil with Cruzeiro. Now that deal has been terminated in terms of that loan deal, and we reported a week ago that there was talk regarding his future with Rangers and the fact that he would be moving on again to Aris Salonika in Greece. Now, it looks that will be an initial loan deal, but with an obligation to buy with Aris Salonika, reported to be in and around the kind of 4 to 5 million euros figure. Now, it hasn't quite worked for Jose Cifuentes at Ibrox. Struggled really in Brazil on loan as well. So it's a big opportunity for him to find somewhere, I think, where he can try and regain his best form, which we saw when he was in the MLS, and just hasn't settled at all in Scotland. And I think that there's, again, a willingness from all parties to move away from Jose Cifuentes. But as always with these sorts of things, until a deal is done and you see the player with a scarf above their head, then you can't quite, with firm belief, think that something is going to happen. And we've seen that coming the other way as well with a few players this summer, particularly Yusuf Kabadai and Jose Cordoba. So still a bit of work to do from both sides regarding that one. But again, Cifuentes, a player who doesn't appear to have any sort of short-term or long-term future with Rangers. The final player of that triumvirate that we wanted to speak to is Yanis Hagi. Again, links regarding Yanis Hagi's Rangers future with Fiorentina still to materialise with an actual bid. Hagi, again, another one like Todd Cantwell, who has been training with the B team, not involved in the European squad, wasn't involved in Tynecastle, and we're expecting some movement regarding Yanis Hagi's future over the coming days. Very much expected that he will be moving on. Now, whether that's going to be again an initial loan deal, like when he was at Spain last season, or whether there'll be a permanent transfer for Yanis. He's still got 2 years left on his deal. So I would expect if he does go out on loan again, then that loan will contain an obligation to buy, as we will see with Jose Cifuentes, as we've seen the other side with Oscar Cortez. So we'll watch that one again with a bit of interest over the next couple of days. Now, tomorrow sees the opening home game of the season with Motherwell coming to Hampden to face Rangers, and we're expecting communication coming out from the club in the next couple of hours to inform supporters about the requirements in order for them to get through the turnstiles at Hampden. Now, it's my understanding that supporters are going to be asked to get to Hampden relatively early tomorrow to try and ensure that there are no big queues at the turnstiles and no threat to them missing part of the game kick-off, obviously scheduled for 3 p.m. So make sure that you check your emails, you've got your QR code either printed off or downloaded to your mobile device, and you are ready to go ahead of that opening fixture tomorrow. And we'll have full coverage of that match on our Patreon channel on Sunday morning. Last night, full preview of the SWPL season was recorded, and that landed on Patreon this morning with myself and Rhiannon looking at everything ahead of the big launch of the brand new women's season. Rangers travelling to Balmoral on Sunday to take on Aberdeen in the opening league fixture of the season, and plenty of women's coverage coming up this year on the Fourth Official as well. That pretty much does us for this bulletin. Big thank you to you all for watching. I'll speak to you again soon. Goodbye.